Right now on IUSTV News, a major update in the jail construction project. We'll tell you what site got the green light from county commissioners.
Plus, 3 years of renovations complete. We take you inside the new Bloomington Fire headquarters.
And down to the last week of campaigning, the race for president is heating up. Hear the latest push from the candidates.
Coming up, will the weather be as spooky as the day? Tune in and find out.
Monroe County Commissioners have made their choice for the new site of the new county jail. Thanks for joining us. I'm Charlie Herman.
And I'm Lola Regan. You're watching IUSTV News. It's a decision that's been delayed time and time again, but county leaders are moving ahead to the next phase. Our Ashton Hackman has been following this project all semester long. Ashton, where have commissioners picked for this site?
Well, after several delays the last few weeks, the Monroe County Commissioners have picked this site here just off of State Road 46. It's a site that the Monroe County Sheriff himself has been pushing for and one that commissioners have dubbed the best option. Earth movers are already on site where the future Monroe County Jail will be.
Nothing's perfect. Nowhere is ever perfect. But we have to think about the future.
The nearly 52-acre North Park property will cost the county around $11 million to purchase. The agreement comes after a last-minute site proposal caught the commissioner's attention, and neighbors too. That site was eventually tossed out.
The whataboutism has to stop, and we need to move forward. But I think we found a really good piece of land.
All of the environmental work for the North Park property is already complete, and room for future expansion and evacuation space is what caught the attention of the Monroe County Sheriff.
What keeps going in my mind is when we had the actual gas leak and we had no place to go. And we were very, very fortunate that the fire marshal didn't tell us to shut it down. So that's crucial as well, that we have the space for expansion, and I know sometimes people look at that the wrong way. However, we need to have the space to evacuate in the case of an emergency that we just can't predict.
The county council still has to sign off on this purchase agreement. A vote of approval is expected. That meeting could be on November 12th. In Monroe County, Ashton Hackman, IUSTV News.
There is no word of when construction for the new jail could begin. However, it is likely to start within the next year.
All right, let's get a check of that weather. Lola, it was a beautiful weekend for a Hoosier football win.
I totally agree. The game was so much fun. The weather was perfect. You could wear a tank top. You could wear a hoodie. It was honestly just amazing.
Great.
I loved the sun.
Kyla, do you have anything else for us in the next coming days?
Absolutely. There's no weather like fall weather. Looking at the current temps for today, we are seeing some consistencies around, just all around, 68 in Bloomington with you got a 70s here and there. Taking a look at the overnight, we aren't expected to jump too high or go too low, but we are staying, only getting up by 2 degrees throughout the night. And in the morning, we are staying at the cool and 62 degrees with cloudy skies. On the return, heating things up, the game day forecast and on average for November.
After 3 years of undergoing renovations, Bloomington Fire Station 1 is open.
Reporter Dana Belmont gives us the inside look.
We're standing here in a garage that's been empty for 3 years, but soon trucks will be moving in that haven't been here since. Bloomington city leaders decoupled a hose in front of the new fire headquarters Thursday.
It's considerably bigger than what we had before.
A historic flood 3 years ago left the basement of the fire station completely underwater. Firefighters were out that night rescuing people trapped in the floodwaters. They haven't been back since.
It's an interesting feeling because when we left here 3.5 years ago, the idea was not to ever come back here. And so coming back here kind of gives you a nice sense of we're coming home to a brand new place.
A new home with new upgrades. A bigger kitchen, a new living room, and separate sleeping areas.
We can have more people down here, the station's bigger, and we can have, as time changes and we move how we're going to do things, this gives us some flexibility on who we get to station here and how we arrange our responses.
It was an unexpected move, coming back to an area where the fire station isn't the only building that has changed in 3 years.
when we left, the surrounding scenery wasn't quite like it is now. We have some more apartment buildings, so it kind of makes us a part of the downtown community, and we're glad to be here like we always have been.
These firefighters are looking forward to moving back into a place they call home, but more importantly, to keeping you guys safe. In Bloomington, I'm Dana Belmer with IUSTV News.
Firefighters moved into the station as City Council votes this week on firefighter salary for the upcoming school year. That meeting is set for Wednesday.
And with Halloween right around the corner, IU police are sharing tips to stay safe over what is typically a busy party weekend. When it comes to costumes, you're encouraged not to wear face coverings that could block your ability to see the environment around you. Also, be mindful of fake weapons as they could cause unintended panic for others. Police say the biggest thing to remember is understanding IU's Lifeline law, which protects minors from alcohol charges when calling police for a medical emergency.
We generally see a higher spike in alcohol-related calls over the Halloween time, so possession and consumption, as well as like medical calls related to alcohol. So really just take care of each other, know your limits, plan for a safe ride to and from wherever you're going, and just be a good neighbor and keep everybody safe.
The Drug Enforcement Administration teamed up with the Bloomington Police Department to host the second annual Boo to Drugs event. Every year, people in the community dress up in Halloween costumes to trick or treat, tour emergency vehicles, and learn about drug prevention. This event is a fun way for people to connect with first responders and learn how to prevent drug abuse.
It's an opportunity for kids of all ages to come out and have their trick-or-treat outfits and come and get candy, but more importantly, get prevention material so we can help save lives at the end of the day, because what we hope to accomplish is to just give them the type of information, or their parents or individual to come here, to just let them know how dangerous the drugs are in today's day and age.
It is important to learn how to prevent drug abuse and to learn and share that information with friends and family. A man will spend under 8 years in prison after pleading guilty to stabbing another man in 2021. Ian Thorpe was given a 12-year sentence, but has earned more than 3 years of jail credit. The stabbing happened in a hotel parking lot in July of 2021. Thorpe was also charged with escaping from his cell over the summer and beating another inmate to the point he had to go to the hospital. He pleaded guilty to that charge as well.
The election is now just 8 short days away, and both candidates are in full swing making their last-minute push to voters.
On the Republican side, former President Donald Trump is ramping up his strong rhetoric against his opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris. CNN's Jason Carroll has more.
Kamala is mentally impaired.
The next president of the United States. In the final weeks of his third White House bid, Donald Trump is dialing up his inflammatory rhetoric.
We can't stand you, you're a vice president.
The former president offering a mix of crude comments.
Arnold Palmer was all man, and I say that in all due respect to women, and I love women. When he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God. That's unbelievable. I had to say it.
Along with racist and sexist comments about his Democratic rival.
I think she's dumber than hell. She's lazy as hell.
During public appearances, Trump at times telling meandering stories.
I mean, I saw a solar field come, and I'm in favor of solar, but it's not the same thing. It's got to fire up these massive plants. It's not going to, but I saw a solar field the other day that looked like it took up half the desert. I'd never saw anything like it. It's all steel and glass and wires, and it looks like hell. And you see rabbits, they get caught in it, and for the environmentalists, it's just terrible.
Trump has repeatedly pushed back on criticism he is racist or sexist, claiming women, blacks, and Latinos love him. While there are many similarities between Trump's latest campaign and the previous two, his speeches are longer than they used to be, according to the New York Times, lasting an average of 82 minutes, compared with 45 minutes in 2016. Democrats seizing on Trump's lengthy remarks, criticizing his lack of focus and sharpness.
Have you seen Mr. Trump lately? He's out there he'll give like 2.5-hour speeches. Just a word salad.
The GOP nominee is seeking to put a different spin on his rhetorical style, saying he's not rambling, he's weaving.
I do the weave. You know the weave? I'll tell a story and I'll go from hippie, pimpa. It's actually genius, I have to say. And fair and smart people say it's total genius.
If it is a word salad, some Trump supporters are eating it up, whether outside Trump Tower in Manhattan. What do you make of some of these statements that he makes, and have you heard some of them?
That's the mainstream media passing around fake news like they always do. Groceries have gone up like triple, and I'm hoping that people are going to think about that when they go into that voting booth.
Or at a rally in Michigan today.
That's just his style, but that's the style that got him all the support. That's the style that got this movement started, so if it's not broken, we don't fix it.
Some Trump supporters who spoke with CNN's Jason Carroll say Trump's rhetoric doesn't matter to them. They said they care about his position on the economy, immigration, and national security. IUSTV is your home for the 2024 election. We will have you covered on all of the latest headlines up to and on Election Day. You can find more on IUSTV.com. Then, on election night, you can catch us live on YouTube and Facebook starting at 7 p.m. Eastern.
After more than a year of pushback and delays, the city gateway is nearly complete.
Still ahead, how much longer the city says it will take until the project is complete. Plus, McDonald's is bringing back the Quarter Pounder after the sandwich caused dozens of E. coli cases across the country. What the company says was the root of the problem.
But first, with Halloween just days away, how can you keep food allergies from being spooky? We'll take you to Bloomington Church doing just that. We're back in a few.
Halloween is this Thursday, the time of year where children come and go door to door to collect candy. But doing so is not safe for every child.
One Bloomington church is making it easier for kids with food allergies to participate in the Halloween fun too. Here's Lacey Carr.
First United Church in Bloomington held their second annual Teal Pumpkin Trick-or-Treat Trail on Saturday. 45 teal pumpkin buckets lined the parking lot of the church where children got to collect their favorite Halloween treats. Starbursts were just some of the commonly known allergy-friendly treats children could collect at the event along with toys. First United Church brought this inclusive way of trick-or-treating to Bloomington from the Teal Pumpkin Project, a nationwide initiative to provide a safer way for children with food allergies to enjoy Halloween. First United Church's president of the congregation, Mitchell Farmer, has a personal connection to the initiative.
We started doing Teal Pumpkin at our own house probably almost 10 years ago. My son has food allergies, and so we've done it every year at our house. And then when we were thinking again about doing a larger event and what could we do that was different, we decided to do it as a Teal Pumpkin event.
One easy way to check if a Halloween treat is safe, you can visit the Food Allergy Research and Education's website at foodallergy.org. Once on the website, you can click the Teal Pumpkin Project link and find out more about what candy is unsafe for kids with food allergies. You can also view non-candy Halloween treats to give out like Halloween rings and vampire teeth.
Good job. Events like these make Farmer's son, who suffers from food allergies, much more at ease.
It makes me feel good because I don't have to worry about everything I can't eat and what I can eat, because I know everything is allergy safe for me.
Jessica Peterson-Mutai, the senior minister for the First United Church, helped advocate and advertise the event to the Bloomington community.
The affiliation with the Teal Pumpkin Project helps folks to know, oh, right, there are children who are allergic to nuts, to eggs, to all kinds of things.
The Teal Pumpkin Trick-or-Treat Trail is just one way that First United Church is showing its inclusivity to the Bloomington community.
That was our Lacey Carr reporting. First United Church is hosting the event again next Halloween and hopes to welcome even more trick-or-treaters.
After almost 6 years of work, the Bloomington Bicentennial Gateway is expected to be completed next month. The gateway, located at Miller Showers Park, consists of stacked limestone blocks and the word Bloomington across the limestone. As the city nears completion of this project, planting and landscaping will take place in the last week of October. While a specific date has not been announced for the opening, the cut-through will be reopened once it is paved, likely after the first week of November.
McDonald's is once again selling Quarter Pounders in all of its restaurants. after an E. coli outbreak. Tests showed the beef patties used in the sandwich tested negative for the bacteria. At least 75 people across 13 states reported getting E. coli. One person died from the bacteria. Last week, the CDC issued a food safety alert. The bacteria was linked to onions from California.
A family is lucky to be alive after their boat capsized off the coast of Hawaii. Check out this video. It shows the moment a man and his 2 children were rescued from the water near Lanai on Saturday. The U.S. Coast Guard said the man made a mayday call after a wave overturned the boat. Rescuers searched the water for about 5 hours before finding the man and his 2 sons clinging to the boat's hull. They were not wearing life jackets. Luckily, none of them were injured.
Friends, family, and fans of Matthew Perry will be pausing to remember the late actor Monday, who passed away exactly 1 year ago. Perry's body was found floating face down in a hot tub at his Los Angeles area home. An autopsy showed Perry died from the acute effects of ketamine and subsequent drowning. He was 54 years old. 5 people have since been charged in connection with his death, including 2 doctors, Perry's live-in personal assistant, and a person authorities call, quote, the ketamine queen. 3 of the people have pleaded guilty, 2 of them whom will be sentenced in the coming months.
Target is hoping to make it easier on your wallet to host Thanksgiving dinner this year. The company is offering a meal bundle for just $20, $5 less from last year. It feeds 4 people and includes the traditional Thanksgiving favorites, a frozen turkey of up to 10 pounds, potatoes, canned green beans, cream of mushroom soup, boxed stuffing mix, and jarred gravy. Target is offering deals on other side dishes as well, such as macaroni and cheese, and desserts, including apple pie and pumpkin pie. Aldi and Walmart have announced similar Thanksgiving Day meals. Next on IUSTV News, winter illnesses will be here before you know it, but many are already getting sick. We have the numbers in today's Health Minute.
Plus, if there is one thing that isn't going to be spooky this Halloween, it's going to be the weather. Kyla has a check of the forecast on the other side of the break. The season of winter sickness is right around the corner, and the CDC says respiratory viruses are already making more kids sick.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither shares the latest data and how you can help slow the spread.
In parts of the U.S., RSV is on the rise, especially in young children. Cases of pertussis are 5 times higher than they were at this time last year, and now an alert from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention about a surge in cases of walking pneumonia, particularly among preschool-aged children.
This wave began a little earlier and is much, much higher than what we expect from previous years.
Dr. Frank Esper with Cleveland Clinic Children says symptoms of this milder lung infection can last for weeks and may include a cough, low fever, and muscle aches.
It's typically caused by several different types of bacteria, but the most common one is called mycoplasma. And this is an old friend with pediatricians and adult physicians alike.
Esper says penicillin and amoxicillin, the antibiotics typically used to treat pneumonia, don't seem to work with walking pneumonia, so a different antibiotic regimen may be needed instead.
That antibiotic most commonly is azithromycin, also known as a Z-Pak by many people out in the community. And that actually does treat walking pneumonia very well.
Esper says those who are sick can help slow the spread of any illness by covering coughs and sneezes, by washing hands, and by staying home if you're sick.
Chicken soup yourself back up to good health and then go out afterwards.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Turning to weather now. Kyla, the last weekend was the most amazing weekend ever, but I have seen that it's going to get a little bit warmer, question mark?
Yes, I mean, it's been beautiful, but this week is one that's looking very promising. Heading into Tuesday, we are expected to start our day off at 62, and then we're rising to a good 78, so it's not too hot, not too cold, but perfect. Getting into the high temps of tomorrow, we are likely to experience the 70-degree weather with 78 in Bloomington, and you can see in surrounding areas we are seeing those high 70s, which we all want and love. We are expected to have a chilly game day IU at Michigan State with starting off, if our day is cloudy with 43 degrees and going to 65, but at least we have those sunny skies. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, I know we're all expecting Halloween. We are expected to be rained out on Halloween. So with your costume, take an umbrella, something to cover up. But we do have the high being 78 and the lowest being 60 on Friday. So it's not too bad, but we do see more scattered showers and rain on Sunday and Monday. So cover up, don't get wet, and prepare for the worst, I guess. Spooky.
I mean, it hasn't been raining a lot. So like the fact that it's going to be raining on Thursday, Halloween.
Everybody's going out getting candy and you're getting rained on as well.
This is true. It might be a little bit refreshing though, as it's going to be hot as she explained. So
Yes,
we'll see.
might be good. Well, Kyla, thank you so much.
Next in sports, your Indiana Hoosiers are now 8-0. Bloomington was the place to be on Saturday. Daniel has the recap when we come back.
Men's sports continue to dominate for another week as the football team improves to 8-0, and soccer looks to finish on top to end October. I'm Daniel Marlowe, and let's talk football. On Saturday, number 13 Indiana took on 4-3 Washington and continued their run of never trailing this season. Number 13 Indiana football improves to 8-0 and 5-0 in the Big Ten as they take down Washington 31-17. Defense and special teams led the way on Saturday with a heavy run game. Justice Ellison had 29 of the team's 52 carries for 123 yards and 1 touchdown. Backup QB Taven Jackson replaced Curtis Work on Saturday and was 11-19 passing for 124 yards with 1 touchdown and an interception. On the defensive side, the Angelo Pons led the way with 2 interceptions with 1 taken back to the house. Indiana travels to East Lansing to take on Michigan State this Saturday. If you feel good about IU football, you should feel good about the other kind of IU football as they close out the regular season play. IU went out west to UCLA with 4 straight wins and ranked 22nd in the country. IU came out victorious, winning 2-1 with goals by Justin Weiss and Samuel Sarver. Quentin Elliott had assists as well, and goalkeeper JT Harms provided his first career assist. That win moves them to first place on the Big Ten table with 6 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses, with a chance to share the regular season title with a win and Ohio State draw or loss. IU moves to number 19 in the country as they take on Northwestern on Tuesday at Bill Armstrong Stadium for their regular season finale. IU basketball starts strong in Knoxville for their charity exhibition game against Tennessee. IU traveled down to Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Volunteers in a game where they started slow but prevailed, winning 66-62. Malik Renew led the way with 21 points and 8 rebounds, and the newest member of the team, Miles Rice, had 20 points. IU is ranked number 17 in AP preseason top 25 with Tennessee at number 12. IU's next game is another exhibition against Marion this Friday at 7 p.m. With 1 month left, IU volleyball looks to get back to form after they snapped their 5-match losing streak. IU volleyball faced Northwestern this past Sunday, beating them in straight sets. IU returned 2 starters from injury: Avery Tatum, Kendall Alonzo Corsells had 15 kills with Ramsey Gary, adding in 13 digs. Cameron Haworth and her Ratoon had a career-high 39 assists in a 3-set Big Ten match. IU volleyball travels to Piscataway, New Jersey to take on Rutgers this Friday. And for the latest on all things IU sports, be sure to tune in each week to Hoosier Sports Night. You can catch it on Thursdays on IUSTV. That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Daniel.
Let's get one more check of that 7-day forecast, Kyla. I know we have some rain coming for Halloween. Are we expecting anything else?
Yes. Again, we are cruising in the 60s and 70s, with 78 being the highest on Tuesday and the lowest being 60 on Friday. We do have some rains expected on Thursday, Halloween, but it's going to be 68 degrees. And then we have more rains on Sunday and Monday, but temps are looking high and not too bad for us.
Looks great. Well, Weather, thank you so much, and thank you for watching IUSTV News.
For updates between newscasts, check out IUSTV.com, and we look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow night. Take care.